Hello, I'm Marie McManus with Maybom Real Estate, and I've been bringing you these videos with timely, relevant, and local information, local real estate information for many years now. And today I want to talk to you about a growing trend which I want you to know about and protect yourself. And that is using agents who are not familiar with the market you are buying and selling in. I want to let you know why that will cost you a lot. First of all, to me, it would seem common sense that if I was buying a house and I just wanted my friend from my old hometown to bop down with me. She has a real estate license. That sounds like a good idea. And we just go looking at houses. Well, how do you know when you're buying a house, first of all, that you're going to buy in a neighborhood that fits everything that you need? You know, somebody who really knows the local builders and somebody who knows the quality. Those are just a few of the things. You know, I've had agents, out-of-town agents, they'll order a radon test and spend somebody's perfectly good money. But I've been doing this 43 years. I have never seen radon in Augusta, Georgia. It might happen. But there's other things that are very important. You know, they forget to tell them if you're buying in an older neighborhood, maybe you want to pay extra to have a video of your line, the sewer line, all the way to the street. You know, if it's 50 years old, they only last 75 to 100 years. So, you know, you got to think about these things. Those are important, and not to know those things could be very costly. So it's happened, you know, I'd say it's a growing trend every time around the springtime, especially if people are coming to the medical college or they have a child that's in the dental school and maybe their parent has a real estate license. I still think, you know, I think I mentioned in an earlier video, my two daughters live in Atlanta, Georgia. They've lived there a long time. Atlanta's only 2.5 hours up this road. You know, I could fool myself and tell myself that since I know so much about real estate, that I could do a good job for them in Atlanta. It's just not true, folks, because every market is different. There's different things that make it important about your buying decision. You know, the location to parks, you know, people think you can get every kind of stat online, but you don't know, is this area had recent crime activity? Is it not? I mean, all those things, don't you think that you should have a local person help you with it? So those are just a few of the things for local purchases. So secondly, we've right now within 2 blocks of my house, there are 3 houses listed from agents that are out of town. And I call them the secret listing because who knows? But the agent told them, I'm going to put it in Zillow. But you know, not everybody looks at Zillow because it's not really the most reliable source for real estate information. And one of these houses, I don't think the agent has even had time to come down and put a sign on it. So none of the neighbors even know that it's for sale. It's an interesting trend, and I don't know whether it's because people are maybe tightening their belts a little bit, or maybe unfortunately the realtors haven't had the integrity to tell them, hey, I'm cheap, but I'm really worth it. Meaning that they're not protecting you. If they're not telling you, this is not a good idea. So I could go on about that. I want you to know, as always, local networks create opportunity for people. You might not believe it, but I wasn't actually in real estate then, but I remember the days when local agents sold houses without the use of a lot of technology. And so you would go to someone, and people did buy houses. People coming to Fort Gordon, they would write a letter to my father, but he would take it seriously. He would go and look at every single house. He would tell them everything that they needed to know. Things moved a little more slowly then, but somebody who knows the market is going to be so much more conscientious than somebody who's just like, hey, let's just get the deal done. So you need local networks. You need, now that the market is slowing, I've always, I keep a school directory on hand, and when I list a house in a certain neighborhood, I will, I'll make calls because I know that people want to be in that location because perhaps there's a very good private school there, or I'll call the neighbors that I know who may know of something coming on the market. All of that is local. And all of that you deserve. You deserve that. And there's so many things that you are not going to pick up in an algorithm that are very important to you. Okay, so before you get ready to make one of the biggest buying decisions or selling decisions, make sure that you choose somebody with local expertise. It's actually the best bargain out there. It's the local knowledge of agents. So that is the one thing. Don't sell yourself short. So if you want to know what I know and how I can help you in this little green acre, call me and I would look forward to giving you local knowledge and expertise because you deserve it.